Get ready to experience adventure in the Great White North and at the bottom of the deep blue sea. Hey everybody, I'm Steve and and today on At Your Leisure, Ria and I visit one aquarium that doesn't believe in using do not touch signs. The exhibit is incredible, but it isn't in a location you'd expect. Next, Darren and Jill take us to Quebec City and Prince Edward Island to explore both the historical and high adventure scenes. Finally, Reece explores waterfalls and lava pots at one hellish place. Get ready for a globe-trotting free-diving adventure on AYL, starting now. We've got a sea of kids that are about to have an underwater experience, and we are joining them today on At Your Leisure. I'm Steve and
And I'm Ria Booth, and we are at the Sea Quest Interactive Aquarium in Layton Hills Mall in Layton, Utah. And we are just having a ball here. And as you can see, it's like...
This is the place to be.
This is the place to be, is it not, Becky, with the kids?
Yes, they're loving it.
Well, and this is a new attraction that just opened the last couple of months. That is great for kids, and this time of year, there's really no better time to have an indoor adventure when the temperatures are fluctuating like they've been.
Right, and you come in here and you are just, the sea aquarium for the kids is so intimate and so interactive. It's not like a giant aquarium where you're just looking at it. You can get in there and play and touch them and feel them, and the kids just love it.
All right, well, how about we take a closer look at Sea Quest?
What makes us different is that we are a completely interactive aquarium. So instead of just getting to look at all the beautiful fish and animals with us, it's a completely hands-on experience. You can touch and feed and be connected to all of the animals through interaction. We're going to take our guests on a quest around the world through lots of different aquatic regions. So we've got an Amazon rainforest exhibit that you feel like you've walked into the Amazon. We even have an iguana enclosure that you can go in and feed the iguanas. The next room from there is a California coast. We've got tide pools and even a giant Pacific octopus. We even have an Egyptian desert with tortoises and snakes and all different types of things. Our Mayan jungle has 2 walk-in aviaries. And then here we are at our biggest exhibit. This is our Caribbean Cove, and it's a 30,000-gallon stingray tank. Saltwater, it has tropical fish and sharks, and our guests can actually get in and snorkel with the stingrays. So we have our fish pedicures that are really, really popular. They'll come and kind of kiss the dead skin cells off of your feet. We have bird shows and reptile encounters several times a day. We've got our mermaids. Everywhere you turn, there's something for kids to put their hands on. You will never see a do not touch sign here.
I think interaction, especially for younger kids, is a huge part of learning. So instead of getting to read about these things in books, we're giving them that hands-on experience so they get to interact with these animals on a much more personal level where they're guaranteed to learn more.
So the more they can interact with their natural world, the more they'll care about it, the more they'll want to learn about it, and the more they'll care about conserving it. So if they can learn about animals, not just from the ocean, but animals from Africa, animals from South America, animals from Australia, then they'll care about those places and care about conserving those places.
We're sharing the earth with these animals, so it's important for us as individuals to learn what we can do to keep their habitat safe. For example, our axolotls would be extinct by the year 2020 if they weren't bred in captivity, so it's crucial that we have things like aquariums to keep conservation for these animals.
Well, as you can see, there's a lot of great things here at Sea Quest, and Danny Alvey is, you guys have birds too.
We do, we absolutely have birds, and they are all very good about being touched, about being held, so we encourage people to come out here, and we want you to get one-on-one with the animals. So this is Xerxes, we brought him out to kind of show that off.
So will he?
Absolutely, step
Come on,
up.
Xerxes.
Boy.
Nice. You are a beautiful bird, Xerxes. There are so many fun things here to experience at Sea Quest. We're going to show off a little bit more personal experience here in a little bit as Ria and I go swimming and do some of those fun activities that you can enjoy with your family. But first, we got to go to our travel adventure as always, and Darren and Jill are in Canada right now taking us on a unique adventure.
Thanks guys, and bonjour. We are in Quebec City in Quebec, Canada, and it is an absolutely beautiful city. I have never been to a city like this. It has so much history, so much to do, and we are going to show you all about it.
This is an absolutely beautiful city. It's one of the oldest cities in North America. It was established in 1608, and there's so much history here, it is unbelievable.
Yeah, the city had been burned down like 5 different times, just totally destroyed, and they just recreated it. It's beautiful. It felt like we were back in time. It was pretty cool.
Quebec City's just, it's bigger than I imagined, and it's so beautiful. Just the architecture and the river and everything.
Having never been out of the country before, this is spectacular.
It's going to be hard to beat Quebec City.
Having never been to France or Europe, it makes you feel like you're in Europe.
Right there.
It's amazing.
One of the most impressive things we saw in Quebec City was Mount Morency Falls. It was just absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, it was really neat, and what was kind of cool were actually the staircase, because we took a tram up to it, but there were these guys running up these massive amounts of staircases to get to the top and go look at it.
Yeah, we didn't get much further out of Quebec City, or just the historic part, but we did get to go whitewater rafting. That was pretty cool.
That was probably the highlight of the trip. When you think about taking a bunch of people from Utah, other parts of the country who joined us, some had never been on a whitewater rafting expedition before, and I think they had a great time. It was a thrill, and it's all natural. So you drink a bunch of water, you do get really wet, you end up falling in perhaps, but it's all fun.
But Quebec City was just the first leg of our adventure.
Right now, I'm on Prince Edward Island, and we are going to explore this place because this is actually the birthplace of Canada. So there's a lot of history here and a lot of fun things to do, so let's check it out.
You know, I really didn't understand the total historic perspective of Prince Edward Island, but when you start getting into it and realize that Nova Scotia is New Scotland and that people have been there since, the late 1600s, and it's kind of neat to think, but you also got to think that, man, these people must have been really some hardy souls, because it gets pretty harsh out there.
Well, I really like the people in general. They were so genuine and down to earth, and I like the Anne of Green Gables.
The historic Anne of Green Gables site is perhaps the biggest draw of visitors to this island. One very popular activity is deep sea fishing, very safely in a good, nice fishing boat and fishing rods. And they'll go out and fish for mackerel. Mackerel is the most popular.
Well, to me, of course, you don't go to Prince Edward Island without having lobster. I mean, you're right there on the bay. It's beautiful to be able to see that's fresh seafood. You don't go to Prince Edward Island and order chicken, okay? It was awesome.
And they had RV parks. I was surprised at how many RV parks that they had. So you could actually drive over, stay, and spend as much time there as you wanted to.
It's a small island. They are their own province of Canada, and so they're very proud of that. And they're quite the characters, and so we had a great night of going out and dancing and a folk band, and their songs were just funny as all get out, so we really enjoyed that.
We also went and saw a round house, which was actually turning 360 degrees.
Yeah, I had to run on the outside edge of it to keep it spinning. Probably the mistake we made is that
we tried to rush it.
We tried to get too much done in a week's time, so you could easily go spend a week in either place and really have a good time.
Yeah, we only got a couple days in both places, and we could have used at least one more day in each destination. Well, we've totally enjoyed our Canadian adventure. And if you haven't been up here, it's a great destination. Maybe not something you'd think about, but definitely you should.
Yeah, because there was tons of adventure here to play or camp or bike or you name it. They have all kinds of adventures. And, if you're a little more of the lighthearted, I would definitely go up in the midsummer time because the weather was perfect up there. And if you're a little more hardy, maybe you could stretch it into the winter time. It would be.
It's another beauty, another different thing to experience. So
yeah.
Yes.
But right now we need to go to commercial break. When we come back, more at your leisure.
In a place that is beyond words, there is nothing to be said, except take your time in Bryce Canyon country.
Utah map, where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Hi, my name is Spencer Cox. I'm the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Utah, and I'm the new spokesperson for Ride On. Ride On is a unique partnership between all the land managing agencies in the state of Utah to maintain trails, to advocate safety, to advocate wise stewardship amongst all of us who use these trails. And I'm doing it because trails matter to me. This is important for my children. I want them to be safe, and I want them to be stewards of the trail. If you would like more information, go to ohv.utah.gov.
Welcome back to AYL. I'm Reagan Ledbetter, and we are having treats today. Ryan is here from Camp Chef. You're speaking my language, Ryan.
This is s'more stuff.
S'more stuff.
S'more stuff.
This is the coolest contraption you've ever seen, though. He hooks it up and turned it on. And I said, it's not that easy.
It's an easy campfire, and and you don't go away having that smoky smell. I don't have to haul wood everywhere. I can use it in my backyard.
I
or
don't
in a
ever want a
campsite.
campfire again. I want this. Ryan is not doing traditional. Look, do you see we don't even have any like just regular chocolate up here? We've got some strawberries. We have your, what's this, Rye?
Peanut butter cups.
Oh, yeah. Okay, these are Ghirardelli, and there's caramel.
Caramel inside.
Inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're smart. And these mints. I've never done this before.
That's a little twist. That's a little bit different than your normal s'more.
Thinking outside the box here.
Yeah.
And then some Nutella, which I love it. You're roasting.
So you know how they do it in Sandlot. He always says when the mallow's flaming. You know,
oh,
and then he pulls it
yeah,
off.
that's what he does.
That's not my thing. I like it golden brown. If you like them burnt, some people like them burnt crispy, put it right in the flame. If you like it golden brown, hold it away from the flame a little bit.
I want to test it a little bit, you know.
We're getting a little color on these marshmallows.
Woo, I got close with that one.
So the roasting sticks come with the fire pit. It also comes with a carry bag. So that way you can throw it in the back of your side-by-side, in the back of your truck, or just keep it on your back patio, however you want to do it. I'm gonna go for the caramel.
You know what, Ryan?
But I'll let you do first choice.
I'm gonna go for all of it.
Oh,
how's that?
Go for it.
I'm gonna do everything.
Okay.
Okay? What if you went like that? What if you do that? We need one more graham cracker, but oh, just
There we
kidding.
go. This is the caramel.
Oh, that's the caramel. You gonna have that one?
Sure, I'll have the caramel.
What if I do the Reese's peanut butter cup with the double marshmallow? Should we do that?
Now these are s'mores by Camp Chef.
Oh my gosh, Ryan. Cheers.
Oh.
Ta-da. So if I want this grill, how do I get it?
So you can find all Camp Chef at Cabela's, Sportsman's Warehouse, most sporting goods stores in the state or across the nation. Or go to campchef.com and you'll be able to find more.
Ryan, this is so good. Can we high five with our little sticks?
That works for me.
Way to go.
Touche.
Best s'more I've ever had, ever. Good job. We'll be right back.
I pack clothes, my dog, my bike, and my mom and dad. Orange juice. I don't know. And also my blanket is really fuzzy. A camera for taking pictures. Probably a gun because there might be a bear.
Can't get enough of At Your Leisure?
Missed the last episode because you were out playing?
Well, don't worry because we have you covered.
AYLTV.com is the place to go where you can find full episodes in high definition, all the stories you love, extra info, and extended shows where you can see even more of our outdoor adventures.
Become a fan on Facebook and make it easier to win our weekly AYL vacations and prizes while meeting new outdoor friends.
AYL is everywhere, so join us online at AYLTV.com and on Facebook.
Never be out of touch with AYL again. Beautiful scene, isn't it? The great wide spaces of the wild, wild west. Hi, I'm Chad Booth, host of At Your Leisure. I'm asking you to support the Blue Ribbon Coalition. Their efforts responsibly preserve access to our public lands. If it were not for the Blue Ribbon Coalition and their efforts, you may not have access to millions of acres of land across the West. This is America's playground, and if we don't do anything, we are going to lose it. Join, participate, and donate.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We are at the Sea Quest Aquarium, just having a ball here. Steven's been snorkeling. Hey, take that thing out of your mouth. We have been swimming with the...
Oh my God. Are you gonna get wet? Are you gonna get your hair wet?
No. I'm telling them what we've been doing. We've been swimming with like 5 different rays in this thing. So you could say there is a real array of rays in here. 5, don't delay.
Nice, that's great. Somebody's picking up the puns. Well, this is a great experience because I've been enjoying myself because they have some fun things to see. And then of course there's all the different fish and the rays. But this is really great for kids because they're not going to be scared. You know, there's no waves. It's not like you're going out into the ocean. It's a really great experience. And I think that's my favorite part about the Sea Quest, about this aquarium, is that it's all experience-based. Why don't we get out of the water and let's see some of the other things that we can get a little bit more tactile.
Okay, let's go.
So you can actually feed the fish some seaweed. Oh, there you go. And then we'll take it right out of your hand.
She's camera shy. She's got stage fright.
Look at her face.
Because she's really
Look at her
cute.
face.
I know, she's darling.
Just come here.
Stop it. Stop it.
So this is our baby giant Pacific octopus. His name's Octavius. And he's still growing. And when he gets bigger, we've got this larger enclosure here that he will live in, where our guests can come in, they can feed him and touch him and actually interact with an octopus.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Atta girl. Yay. Hey, she's got some choppers on her.
So when was the last time she ate?
I don't know, maybe about 2 weeks ago. I think she's due.
That's kind of fun, huh?
Gonna buy them? Falling.
Good girl.
And here we have the aquatic Steven in a simulated natural habitat. It's not really pretty, is it?
What did you think of the aquarium?
Oh, it is so fun. Baby K's birthday. He's turning 1.
What was your favorite part about the aquarium?
Okay, can you tell me? Reagan. Bird.
The bird?
Yeah, bird.
Well, as you can see, there's so much fun here for little people and big people. And I ran into a beautiful mermaid, Ellie.
Hi.
Ellie, how in the world do you get around this place?
Well, I swim most of the time. We are at an aquarium, so there's plenty of water. And there's lots of friends to help me if I need to move on land.
I feel really blessed that I met you.
Oh, thank you.
All right, well, guess what? We are going to go to our trailhead, brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATV MC, and we are going to Iceland. Have you ever swam in Iceland?
Oh, it's very cold.
Ooh.
I'm Reece at your leisure aboard the schooner Hildur off the north coast of Iceland. And this adventure begins with a little whale watching.
And there she blows, just one of a dozen humpback and minke whale sightings during our 3-hour tour out of Húsavík, Iceland.
Oh, that was amazing. It was so neat to see the tail come out. It was just been exciting.
We somehow scored a free upgrade to this beautiful sailboat, eluding the masses crammed onto the larger boats. Our captain is a converted fisherman who knows these Arctic Ocean waters well.
Good habitat for the whales and fish down here?
Yeah, that's right. We always come here. The whales are just one of an endless string of highlights on our 2-week tour around the island nation of Iceland with Salt Lake friends Joan and Fred Svar. An hour's drive on good if narrow roads south of Húsavík is the Yellowstone of Iceland. The moonscape geothermal field of Layton has a wildly stark beauty.
This was a boiling mass of lava.
Still looks like it still is.
It is.
The 3-mile-long loop trail takes us on an unnerving trek through a craggy black desolation of steaming vents. In other areas, a butterscotch crust of volcanic ash makes for as close to a walk on Mars as I'll ever get. On the fringe, the area is alive with bubbling mud springs and gaseous fumaroles and a pastel blue lake of toxic, pungent sulfur liquid. Nearby, the 6-mile-wide Krafla caldera is pure hell. No, really, the 900-foot-deep crater with the pretty green lake is named Viti from the old belief that the Helviti, or hell, was just below the surface. This area erupted 9 times between 1974 and 1984.
And this place could go again at any time.
Namafiut thermal area is a barren plain of steaming fumaroles, mud pools, and black mud pots with molten lava and boiling with relentless energy. The air heavy with that wonderful, rich, rotten egg smell of sulfur gas. Steam vents covered with stone cones litter the area. The steam is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, but unlike Yellowstone, there are no barricades to keep ignorant tourists away from the extreme heat. They figure you're smart enough to keep your distance. Get your heart started with a climb to the rim of Krafjakt, Europe's largest cinder cone volcano. You may want to take a leisurely stroll through the natural stone labyrinth of the Murbergish, an extraordinary jumbled landscape of columns, caves, and arches.
It's formed in an eruption about 6,000 years ago, when the lava came up to cold water, and so it cooled down and built up like it is. It's beautiful, it's fantastic, it's unique. It's one of its kind in the whole world.
Also in the area, several amazing waterfalls, not the least of which is called Dettifoss. The ground shakes as you leave the parking lot towards the most powerful waterfall in all of Europe. The National Park Service wants to keep you safe from the torrents, so they string up this single strand of rope as a barrier. OSHA may not approve. Just up the Jaskulsla River, a milder but prettier cascade. Selfoss is a horseshoe-shaped falls, much like Iguazu in Brazil, or even Niagara. And further along the ring road, Godafoss, or Waterfall of the Gods, a unique double horseshoe falls. Here, legend says, the guy who brought Christianity to Iceland 1,000 years ago threw his pagan idols into this torrent, thus ending the practice. And further on, perhaps the most beautiful of Iceland's 1,000 waterfalls, Rainfossus, a series of rivulets streaming out of a soft layer of lava on the side of a cliff extending some 2,500 feet along the Kriftá River. Our favorite town in Iceland is Seyðisfjörður, the ferry boat to Europe port on the east coast. At the head of a fjord and surrounded by mountains flush with cascades, it's a fairyland village of colorful, well-preserved wooden buildings and colorful, friendly people. And of course, we end every day in Iceland in one of the many natural hot spring pools, a soothing way to refresh for the next adventure in this unique island wonderland. Reece Stein, at your leisure in Iceland.
Family time, friend time, your time. You've been thinking about getting a machine, but which one is right for you? An ATV, side-by-side, or dirt bike? Stedman's Recreation has Utah's largest selection of Honda, Polaris, Yamaha, and Beta machines. See them all at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Need a tune-up, new tires, or want a winch? Stedman's Service Department can help.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
Welcome to Beaver County,
where we want to spend the winter with you. Enjoy world-class skiing at
Eagle Point Resort. There's ski, lodging, and it's great for the family. And when you're done on the slopes,
come into town and try some of our famous
squeaky cheese.
It's the perfect snack.
Or come to Arshall's Cafe for a delicious meal.
We've got you covered for all your outdoor needs.
Minersville Reservoir is just thriving with life under the ice.
We hope to see you this winter in Beaver County.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We are about to try a Garufa massage. That's what, are you ready?
Yes, these little fishies come from the Middle East and they kiss the dead cells off your feet. Here we go.
Ooh, it's chilly.
Oh my gosh, they're nibbling.
Whoa.
Oh yeah,
Whoa,
this is awesome.
That is trippy.
Oh my gosh, it's
that
like...
is weird. No, I don't even know how to describe it. It's very tickly. Wow.
It feels awesome.
All right, well, we've got an upcoming calendar. Whoa, that is weird.
I can't take it. Are you gonna cry?
No, it's just like sending chills up my spine. Okay, so we have a calendar of events.
Yes, we do. We want to talk about the Tri-State OHV Jamboree that's coming up March 8th through the 11th in Hurricane. Make sure you sign up and go to that. It is so much fun. Every year, it's a great time.
And we're going to be down there, so we'll be handing out AYL stickers. Join us for it. Well, okay, right now, we are going to give away the Tangent ski bike. Remember, a few weeks ago, Jill and I went out there, had a blast on these things. You've been able to sign up on Facebook. We now have our winner. Camille Chandler Hunt, you are taking home this Tangent ski bike.
Congratulations on your ski bike. Call us at 801-947-8888 and get that bike.
And it is awesome. Not only did you just win the bike, but you won a day of training and a rental also for somebody else to come with you. So it is a great prize.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
What do you think?
I think this is awesome. I would do this every day if I had these little fishies in my house.
I don't know, it's tingly. It's like my feet are tingling.
Yeah.
All right, well, we need to take a look at next week's show.
Next week on At Your Leisure, we're escaping the up and down weather of the north and hitting one ATV destination where the temperatures are warm and the trails are numerous. Join me and Jill as we give you a tour. From there, we'll hit the snow. But instead of taking out the greatest new snowmobiles on the market, we're riding the oldest. Own the outdoors with AYL next week.
Well, next week's show is going to be great. These are some pretty wild birds.
They are so cute. Look at these parakeets. They are just loving this. And the kids, they are so gentle. So as soon as you open up these little food containers, they're on you.
One of them landed on my head a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all the time we've got. If you want to find out more information about Sea Quest, you can go to seaquestaquariums.com.
You have got to come out here. This is the most interactive place I have ever seen. And they've got one in Vegas, and they're breaking ground for one in Dallas, too.
There you go. So you'll be able to see them all over the country. Of course, this one's here in the Layton Hills Mall in Utah. And it has been so much fun. The kids have had a blast. But that's all the time we've got. So remember, whoa, they're all over me. Oh my gosh.
You guys, this is so much fun. You got to get out here.
Yeah, and get out there and create your own adventures at your leisure. Come here, she's not gonna bite you.
You know, he thinks I'm one of his children.
She's not gonna bite you.
So let's go check it out. Jill thought I was okay.
I don't know what else to say.
You have a message. You have a brand. You have something worth experiencing. What you don't have is an audience. It's time to change that. It's time to partner up with the #1 outdoor program in the country and show the world what you have to offer. Advertising on At Your Leisure is effective and affordable, giving you an audience that dwarfs anything else out there, backed by a proven force of outdoor adventure. Contact the AYL team at 801-947-8888. It's time your message was heard.
Hi, I'm Chad Booth from At Your Leisure. I hope you just enjoyed the YouTube video that you just watched. Now, remember, we come up with new videos like this every single week, so you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a single story that we have out. Now, you can also share us with all of your friends on social media. Here's how to do it right here, and that way they can have fun too. If you want detailed information, we of course have our website, AYLTV.com, and from there you can find out which television stations we broadcast on, so you never have to spend a day without your fix of family-oriented outdoor recreation adventure. Plus, don't forget we have really cool contests.